be glorified in my life. Be glorified, be glorified. Welcome back to another piano tutorial. My name is Warren McPherson. If you're new to the channel, today we're going to be talking about slash chords. That's when you see, two letters with a slash in between it, like C/E. We call those slash chords, and they're really just triad chords in inversions. But I'm going to show you some cool ways, even as a beginner, how you can begin to incorporate these chords in your playing that really elevates your sound. All right, so stay tuned for that. Today we're working out of the key of F sharp. For those of my F sharp lovers, you get your wish today. Right, so we got F sharp right there. F sharp major scale. Now let's take this progression. So 1, 5, 6, 4. I'm sure you've heard that chord progression before. Many songs uses that chord progression. If I wanted to introduce some slash chords in there, how could I do it, right? So for example, when we go to this 5 chord, C sharp major, instead of playing it like this, play it like this. There we go. This is the real chord. So we're playing C sharp slash F. It's supposed to be C sharp slash E sharp. That's the correct spelling, but the software is just displaying F, right? That's what a slash chord is. It's just a chord in inversion. So if we take C sharp major, we play it in inversion, we get an F sharp. We get a slash chord. If we take C major, we play it in first inversion by putting the C at the top, we get a slash chord. So when you hear people talk about slash chords, that's really what they're referencing. It simply means there's a different note in the bass than the root. What if learning gospel piano felt easy, inspiring, and actually fun? Welcome to your practice path. Your all-in-one piano learning ecosystem. Learn by ear, track your growth, and stay motivated with precision tools that show exactly where your time is going. No more second guessing what to practice or when to move on. Progress at your pace, build your strengths, and follow a clear path designed for real results. Join thousands of students around the world who are finally making real progress with gospel piano. Start your free trial today. This is the gospel piano journey you've been waiting for. Right, so in this case, we're playing a C major chord, but C is not the lowest note in the chord. E is the lowest note. That's what a slash chord is. So now let's jump back to F sharp. So instead of playing that C sharp in the progression, we're going to play that. So then we have boom. Now, one of the things I like to do to make my chords sound nice, instead of doubling up the third here, I just put the thumb down to here, and now we have an add 9. So then we have, now to the 6. And if we were to take a song like, in my life, be glorified, be glorified. Let's try that one more time. In my life, be glorified, be glorified. You see, all of a sudden, a song like that starts to sound a little bit more interesting by just swapping out the regular 5 for the slash chord with the ninth added. Part of why this gives it this nice modern sound is the voicing. That's another important thing you should learn. You look at the right hand, we have what we call chordal harmony, because we have stock fourths. Interval of a fourth here, interval of a fourth here, third, and the root. So there's a very cool voicing that you should learn. So we take it again. Now I'm just going to add 9 here as well. In my life, be glorified. Check this one. Be glorified. Ooh. So all I did, instead of going to the straight 4, we do the same thing here. Same stack fourth, same voicing, third root. And then, because we're going to be staying on the 4 for so long, then I just come back to the regular 4 in first inversion. I mean, back in root position. So we go now. In my life, be glorified. Let's just add the 7 while at it. Be glorified. So instead of just going straight to the 4, I go, and I am glorified. I go, be glory, just throwing the 5 there, then. Now if you want, you can stay here, be glorified. But I like just that switch by switching the voicing from the first inversion, add 9, the slash chord version, to the root position. And then sometimes I just throw a 2 in there. And now we're getting a little bit more fancy. Minor 11. You could just copy it, because we're not going to talk about minor 11 today. That's for another tutorial. But for the notion of this particular song, you could do this. So, in my life, be glorified, be glorified. In my life, be glorified, be glorified. And you see, just like that, that song starts to take on some nice shapes. And I haven't even talked about passing chords or none of that weird stuff, right? Now, another part of this song, if you're familiar with this song, sort of goes to like a bridge section where it goes, you give the glory, you give the praise, you give the honor, thank you. So here we're starting with another slash chord. Now we have 5 in the bass, so we're playing a 1 chord, but we're putting that C sharp in the bass. This is the original progression of the song, right? You give the honor. Now instead of going to the 5, you give the praise. You can do the same slash chord here. So, you give the honor. You give the praise. Then to the 6. You give the honor. Then, same thing. Thank you. You give the glory. Now here's another thing you can go. So you give the glory. You give the praise. You gave the honor. Thank you. So you see how I did some passing. So all I did is walk through the 4, also in that same voicing we used before, up to the 5. And then continue the rest of the progression. 6. Give the honor. Thank you. Let's do this with a backing track so we can get some more context. You know, if I were to play this in a groove, you'll hear how it sounds. Here we go. Here we go. in my life. Be glorified, be glorified. In my life, be glorified, be glorified. You give the glory, you give the praise, you gave the honor. Thank you again. You give the glory. Right here. In my life, be glorified, be glorified. So those are some cool spots. A lot of CCM modern gospel style songs now use fairly simple progressions: 1-4-5, 5-4-1, 1-6-2-5. A lot of songs now use fairly simple progressions. And so these are some little interesting ways that you can style up your progressions without trying to have to dive into the crazy gospel chords, passing chords stuff. Right? Now those things work as well, but for the average beginner intermediate, they're not there yet. This is some tools you can dive into. Now we can take it a little bit further. We can do stuff like, in my life, be glorified, be glorified. All right? Now if you want to learn more about those type of chords that you just see me use, passing chords, 2-5-1s, tritone substitutions with extensions, you should check out this tutorial right here. We talk about gospel passing chords. Now, if you're new to the channel, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and share this video with someone you believe will find it helpful. Little things like that really does go a long way in helping the channel to grow. And if you want to take your playing to the next level beyond the scope of YouTube with structured, guided lessons, tutorials, downloadables, and direct daily access to me, I would highly recommend you check out pianolessonwithwarren.com, my private membership program that I've been running for about 8 years. I've helped thousands of students from around the world learn how to play gospel music by ear, while also learning all the theory, the ear training, the technique that you need to be an efficient piano player. All right, check out pianolessonwithwarren.com. Until then, have a blessed week, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Take care.